Right guys, welcome back to the channel. This is my Manchester United versus Nottingham Forest preview. Kicks off tomorrow at 3 p.m. 3 p.m. blackout, so unable to watch it, but you know how it is. This is match day 3 out of 38 in the Premier League. We lost 2-0 to Spurs last week and we narrowly won 1-0 against Wolves in our first game. So we need to make a big improvement, and what we really need to improve on is everything realistically. Finishing was dreadful. Bruno and Rashford missed sitters. The midfield had no balance whatsoever. Casemiro kept running forward to leaving space, so he was just getting run past. Mason Mount also getting run past, just getting outrun in the midfield in both games. So those are things that we need to work on. We need to have a good performance. I don't care if we win 1-0 and it's another bad performance. I'm not going to be happy because we need to have a good dominant performance. I want to dominate the ball. I want to have just attack the entire game. I know Forest are a decent side. I don't want to take any credit away from them, but at the end of the day, we're at home. 30 matches unbeaten at Old Trafford. We must win today, and we must win tomorrow, and we must do so convincingly. We're a mess from top to bottom right now. We need to change the lineup drastically. Front three's not working whatsoever. Rashford cannot be playing up front. He needs to go on the left. Anthony's looked really poor. He's just slowing down attacks, which is not really what and we need a new mid. Got a couple of injuries as well, so we're gonna have to change Mason Mount and Luke Shaw. But apart from that, I wouldn't be surprised to see us drop even more points. I just want to see a good performance. I mean, Man United are a shambles right now. I don't want to focus on all of this because it's meant to be a preview for match tomorrow, this video. But we need to talk about this. This ownership situation it's destroyed our transfer window. I don't want to hear it from certain fans thinking just because we spend loads of money, our owners aren't bad. The club is rotting from the top to bottom. It's so sad to see. The staff in charge of transfers, staff in charge of negotiations and business are so bad. It's unbelievable. This transfer window has been utter shambles. We brought in Mason Mount for 65 million. His contract was expiring at Chelsea next year. We spent 65 million on a player with 1 year left on his contract who would have been available for free the next summer. And then now he's injured as well after 2 matches. So for this energetic midfielder we've brought in, he's injured after 2 matches. Make it make sense, really. Can't be bringing in this so-called energetic player who's going to run, constantly running, going to be playing loads and loads of games, and he's injured after 2. It's poor, terrible business. And then, who else we brought in? We brought in Rasmus Højlund. No offence to the kid, I'm sure that he might be able to prove me wrong, but he's injured. We've spent 78 to 80 million on a striker who's not really proven himself yet. We've spent 70 to 80 million on a striker who's injured. It's just stupid. For the past 2 to 3 years, we have needed a striker. We've struggled with finishing constantly. Last year we did not score enough goals. Our goal difference was terrible. And that was the reason why we were challenging for the league at some point last year because Rashford was scoring a lot for us. It's just no one else, and we need a clinical striker. So, what do? We spend 70 to 80 million on a player that sounds like Haaland, no offence, for what? He scored 9 goals in the Serie A last year. He scored some goals for Denmark as well. I think he's a good player, but why are you spending that much on a player who's not completely proven and is injured already? We need a player who was ready to start the season straight away and banging goals. Because right now we're playing Rashford up front and he's just looking lost up there. He's not a striker. We've known it for years. He's a left winger. And we're not playing Martial. I'm assuming he's probably not fit, as he never is. But it just makes no sense. I don't want to disrespect him because I'm sure maybe when he comes back he'll be good. But he could be injury prone for all we know. 70 to 80 million on a player that's already injured. Then he's like 19. He could be an injury prone striker and we've spent 70 to 80 million on him. It's shocking. We've not offloaded anywhere near the amount of players we needed to offload. We've got the biggest squad in the Prem right now. You would have thought it would be Chelsea, but it's not. It's us. We've got 34, whereas Chelsea have only got 32 players in their team. Half those players in the Man United team don't even get anywhere near the starting 11 as well. Should have been offloaded ages ago. So, for example, Fred left. I don't think Fred's amazing, but I'd rather have Fred than McTominay. McTominay should have left. Van der Beek should have gone by now. We could have had a loan deal accepted for him, but we've decided not to. Maguire was on the verge of joining West Ham. We offered him 6 million to leave, and then he's rejected it. It's just stupid. Richard Arnold, John Moto in charge of the business, they have no idea what they're doing, and they're letting Eric Ten Hag down. And the fans are starting to turn on the manager already, and it's sad to see because it's not his fault. We had an amazing season last year. I remember at the beginning so we lost 4-0 to Liverpool when Ranić was in charge. He gave a press conference saying that this club needs open heart surgery. It's that bad. It needs 10, 15 more players. And then move on to the beginning of the season. We lose 2-1 to Brighton, and then 4-0 to Brentford. And everyone's going, we're not even going to get in Europe. We're going to have a really bad year. Feel bad for Ten Hag. It's not his fault. These players are crap. He turns it around. We come third. We win a trophy. We have some great matches. We beat Liverpool at home. We beat Man City at home. We only lost once all season in the Prem at home. We lost once as well in the Europa League. And then now we come into this season, everyone's going, we've got to challenge for the title. We've got to challenge for the title. It's absolutely ludicrous, some of these fans, what they're saying. We can't be challenging for the title when half of these players are not good enough to play. It's stupid. Like Maguire should have gone. McTominay should have gone. We're still messing around with Dean Henderson leaving and then bringing in a backup keeper. We've got Brandon Williams out on loan. That's something. But it's just, if we sold, think about it, Chelsea. Everyone complains about Chelsea spending so much money. They sold 6 players in one day. One day. And we're still faffing about with these players that are just sitting on the bench. Now, the transfer window is going to close soon. It's just so poor. It just pains me as a Man United fan because I want to see us return to the top. But until the club gets sold to Qatar and we can have a change in staff, we can actually have some competent staff members and some competent owners who will care for the club, we're doomed. It's going to happen again next transfer window if it stays like this. It's happened the past few transfer windows. We bring in a few players, we do all right, and then everyone's like, we get the Champions League, and then they're like, nah, no more. That'll do. Champions League, top 4. Yeah, we're in the Champions League now. That's where they should be. We should be challenging for the title every year. We're Man United, but we don't because it's just shocking. I don't want to talk too much about it. I know I've just rambled on completely, but it needs to be said. It's shocking. This club is in a shambles right now. We've now lost Luke Shaw as well to injury. Do we even have fitness coaches at this point? Our players are getting injured. We've already got 7 or 8 players on the injury list. Do they not? Fitness coaches, what are we doing? It just drives me insane. I could go into the Mason Greenwood situation also. I think that's a shambles as well, what the club have said. But let's move on and let's talk about the match. So this match, last year we beat Forest 3-0 at home. And we beat them 2-0 away. And then we also beat them at home in the EFL Cup semi-final and away in the EFL Cup semi-final. I think we've only conceded 1 goal to them. Oh, did we even concede 1? No, I don't think we conceded to them at all last year. There was a few dodgy decisions, I think, in that semi-final. It was just really close offside. They weren't dodgy, but they were correct, but it was just really close. But, last year, we beat them. So this year, we should be beating them again. The front line needs to be changed. Rashford cannot play up front anymore. Anthony cannot be playing on the right. And I think Garnacho needs to be dropped to the bench. I love Garnacho, but I think he'll have more of an impact if he's coming on as a sub rather than him starting. He should have won a penalty last week against Spurs, but we don't need to talk about that. It was a poor performance nonetheless. I'm not complaining about referees. Garnacho should be an impact sub. And let's change this. And we also need to change the midfield as well. Obviously Mason Mount's now injured, so we're going to have to change it anyway, but I think it needed to be changed because there was just no balance and it just wasn't working. Basically, in this match, I want to see us control the game, be on the front foot, look dominant like we did for loads of last season, and then I'll be happy. We can move on from there, and then we can move on and start getting some points under the bag. But okay, so this is my predicted 11, or not predicted, but this is what I want my 11 to be. So in goal, obviously Onana. It's been good so far this season. His distribution is perfect. He's been really, really good. It's just a shame people are letting him down in front of him. Right back, Wan-Bissaka. Yeah, I think he's been good this season. Yeah, nothing more to be said. Wan-Bissaka stays at right back. Then Varane at right centre-back. Yeah, simple really. Scored against Wolves. He's just looked good so far this season, and I think we need to put some more respect on Rafa Varane. People have always doubted that man, and 5 Champions Leagues, a World Cup, it all says different. So keep backing Varane, he will do well. And he's also, I think he's rejected Saudi offers as well, which is why I love him so much. He wants to stay at this club, which is what I respect. Then this is the interesting change. I think at left centre-back we should put Lindelof in. It's nothing against Martinez. I just think he's had a really poor couple of games, and I don't think it would be bad to give him a little bit of rest. Show no one's safe. If you've had a bad performance, you're dropped. I want to see that. I want to see some ruthlessness from Ten Hag. I don't want to see the same players just getting games just because he likes them. And like that, managers do that. All managers do that. But I think Lindelof deserves a game. Like Martinez had to be taken off in the first game at half-time because he gave away a yellow, and he apparently picked up a knock, and then he scored a own goal against Spurs. So I think it's only fair. Give him a drop him for just one game, and then he'll be fine. Then left-back, that's the interesting one, because Luke Shaw is injured, Malassi is injured. We've sent Brandon Williams out on loan. We're looking not good at the left-back position, so I'm going to put Delo here. But I'd like to see Alvaro Fernandez get a game. He looked really good in pre-season. He was really good on loan. I think was it Preston last year or Reading? One of the two. This is really bad, I should know. One of the two. He was on loan at a Championship club last year, and he was great all season. I'd love to see him get some game time. He was great in the under-21s. Maybe he's got to be on the bench, definitely, and give him some game time. I think he deserves it. That's what this club's all about, giving young players a chance and letting them flourish. In the midfield, I'm going to stick with Casemiro, even though he's been pretty shocking so far, because it is Casemiro at the end of the day. He will put in some good challenges. I think if he got a bit more support, he would be fine. But there were some dodgy decisions he was making against Spurs, but everyone had bad games. Keep him at CDM. Then this next one's interesting, because obviously Mason Mount's injured, so I've put Eriksen in purely because of how well we played when Bruno, Casemiro and Eriksen played last year, when they played as a free. But I'm going to go with him, but I can see why you wouldn't want to do that, because a bit slow, he's not really quick enough for the game that we want to play, which is why I think it's stupid we've sold Fred. Fred would be perfect for this game. Fred's the perfect impact sub. Fred's the perfect one to come in when someone's injured. But yeah, I've gone Eriksen. Then obviously I've gone Bruno. Bruno plays, captain, of course he plays. I don't care, had bad games, he plays. Then Sancho. Sancho definitely comes in. Anthony cannot play. Sancho's looked good when he's come off the bench. I want Sancho playing on that right. He needs to play on the right wing. We don't utilise him at right wing enough. We play him at left wing, we play him at striker. He's good when he's on the right wing, so play him at the right wing. Then left wing, I've gone Rashford, definitely. He needs to move to the left. He's not looking good as a striker. He's just looking really, lost up front. And then striker, I want Martial to play, because if he's been on the bench the past couple of games, surely he's fit enough to play. Put Martial up front and we will do much better. But yeah, that's my predicted lineup. I'm going for a 2-0 win. I think we're going to turn this around. And I'm going to go for a Casemiro and Sancho goal. Much needed win. Not much more needed to be said. We're unbeaten in league in 19 matches, which is the best in the top 4 English divisions. So I can't really see us losing, but I could see us drawing, so I hope we don't draw, but we have to win. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little preview and my little rant about Man United. I love ranting about Man United because there's so much to talk about right now. But I hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and make sure to tune into my review, which I'll do Sunday afternoon after the match. I'll watch it back, hopefully I'll be watching back a win. Obviously 3 PM blackout, so you can't really be watching. But yeah, simple as that. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Thank you for watching.